Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance was released in the golden age of, well, 2001, so not quite that golden, but it was an age ago. We're talking over 20 years now. And I was first introduced to Baldur's Gate through friends on their PS2. This footage is captured from the Gamecube version, and the emulation was being a bit of a dick, so I unfortunately couldn't capture too much footage, so I do apologise there. However, the Gamecube version is the version that I have been playing. Now, in the aftermath of the incredible Diablo 4, I thought I'd take a look back on this action RPG gem. Of course, it has aged in the graphics department, especially with the dwarf I've chosen here, because he's kind of walking like he's shit himself. Now, besides the dwarven fighter, the human archer, or the elven sorceress, the story takes place within the Forgotten Realms campaign of the 3rd edition of Dungeons & Dragons, and in true action RPG fashion, you roam around completing quests, leveling up, gaining and equipping new gear, and smacking the crap out of everything and anything that moves. Or indeed, just smashing the crap out of the inanimate objects and any barrels that may be around you.
Disrespect your surroundings!
On the plus side, each one of the 3 characters has their own fighting style and specific skills and feats, and the gameplay, even by today's standards, is still pretty solid and pretty standard. There is unfortunately no freedom like with modern games like the Diablos, Torchlight, etc., as the game and its quests are pretty linear, needing to be completed sequentially. There are side quests, but they must be completed within the relevant act that you are in. If you progress through the main story, well, they're gone, old chap, sorry, you can't carry on with them. Now, the game has 4 difficulty modes: easy, normal, hard, and nightmare, but to access nightmare you must complete the game once, and then play through an unlocked dungeon called the Gauntlet, and then you unlock Nightmare Mode, or what is essentially these days a New Game Plus. Once Nightmare Mode is beaten, you unlock a new character. Now, I know the premise of unlocking shit in games as opposed to having to buy it piecemeal is a shock, but there you go, we could do that back in the day. Now, Baldur's Gate also had co-op. Couch co-op, of course, with no online capabilities at the time, with both players sharing the same screen, so it is a bit of a bitch as nobody can venture outside of it, especially if you've got a slow friend who's very, very meticulous in choosing what he's equipping. Just get a bloody move on. Now, the XP from kills is split 60-40 to the person who killed the said monster, but the golden loot goes 100% to the person that picks it up, so it may or may not have sparked some infighting back in the day, because that does seem like something that would cause a lot of fights. Dark Alliance was well received when it released and is still not a bad game now, and not too expensive for you retro collectors. A sequel was also released in 2004, I haven't played it yet, but I will definitely check it out, and the 3rd game was originally cancelled due to legal problems, but it's always in the wind whether it may or may not release. But there you have it, an aged but still enjoyable action RPG from the past. Have you played either of the 2 Dark Alliance games? Please let me know in the comments down below, and once again, I did play through this and complete it a long time ago, but for the footage for this video, the emulation I was using just was not having any of it. It kept freezing. When I was trying to get into the menus is when I kept trying to progress, so I thought, sod it, this'll do. I've got my point across. There are a multitude of different YouTube channels out there that have long plays and playthroughs and gameplay footage with no commentary, so please check them out and support those guys, and thank you very much for watching.